everyone, and welcome to another Coventry Culture Chat. I'm George Haughie, and joining me today I have the president of the Law Society. Ben, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Benedict. I'm a third year law student here at Coventry University, and this is my second year of running as president for Coventry University Law Society, which is one of the largest societies in Coventry. The second largest this year. We've just been beaten by investment, but still, historically we're always up in the top three with hundreds of students as a member of our society now.
That's good. Is there some benefit to be a big society in the university?
Yeah, there is significant benefit to the big societies. Whilst there are, I think, something like 160 societies in total, most are smaller than sort of 30 people. Those ones tend to be very niche, and if you've got a specific interest, whereas the larger ones we tend to be more general, although still in a specific topic area, more general in what we do. And having a larger group means we have more resources, which means we do more events and we do a larger range of events.
Okay, great. So my goal of this video is to learn a little more about the Law Society, but societies in general. So as the president, what do you have to do? So how does the society work?
So, there's the approach to societies in general and the Law Society specifically. In general, I need to ensure that my members have the activities that they want and ensure the purpose of the society is being met. Ours being law, we focus on mainly employability, which is incredibly important if you're wanting to go into law, which I'm assuming most people watching this video will be.
Hopefully, yes.
Because if we look at the statistics of the challenges that you are facing as a law student, there are something like 17,000 undergraduate law students. There are then 4,000 LPC placements, 1,500 BPTC placements, of which moves on to 1,500 traineeships and 250 pupilages. So of your undergraduate year, only 10% are making it to the career.
Wow.
And when you consider 40% of students get firsts, you're looking at 6,000 students beginning there with first being whittled down to 1,700. Yeah. So a reality that has come into pursuing the career is that today grades almost mean nothing. You have to have the first, it's expected, it's a given, or a 2-1. And when you start going lower than that, you're in a bit of trouble in this industry.
Yes.
But as a result, if you get to the point where you're applying for a job and all it says is, I have got good grades, everyone you're competing about is going to have those grades and 100 other things. Yeah. It's our job to provide that 100 other things. Right. And we do that by our focus on employability, by running events that build on skills, that increase knowledge of the industry, and that provide work experience. So we have essentially 3 key series and a bunch of sub-series, which are our Spotlight series, which brings law firms in. So we bring the professionals from law firms in to talk to students about their experiences, their specific law firm and its culture, and what they're looking for in their applicants. And we always get a member of their recruitment team in to talk about what their opportunities are in regards to summer work placements and extra sort of work experience you can get.
So I'm going to just jump in.
Sure.
So, because I think this is what you're saying is great, but I want to focus on this idea that I think is great in law, specifically the painting you paint there is quite highly competitive.
Yes.
But I think that's very that's common across quite a lot of industries, that many students, especially those coming from China and maybe internationally, their main focus is on the grades. Yeah. So societies within whichever subject you are add to your employability.
So they add to your employability. So like I say, you need those high grades, but once you've got those high grades, particularly in this industry and many others at this point, are not enough. You need to show that you've done other things. And you do that through being able to evidence that you are proactive, that you're engaged, and that you are seeking opportunities. Yeah. And as we're one of the main providers of opportunities, in fact, law societies at most law schools are a huge provider of opportunities. There's almost an expectation that you've done something with them. And some of the opportunities that we provide, so I've talked about the Spotlight series, so that's a sort of a networking opportunity. We then have competitions, which all carry work experience and cash prizes.
Oh, cash prizes.
Cash prizes. And our competitions come in 4 formats now. Oh, wow. So we hold multiple moot competitions, which you may or may not be familiar with mooting, which is the concept of a mock appeal as opposed to a mock trial, the sort of higher end of the advocacy side of law.
If you're not a law student,
don't worry about that. Which carries a prize for the pair that wins, because it's always a team of 2 that goes forward. A mini pupillage with local chambers, so they get a week's work experience for winning plus their cash prize. Yeah. Our essay writing competitions, which are a bit more academic, carry prizes marshalling with the judiciary. We have a poster competition this year that carries a prize, also marshalling with the judiciary. We are introducing a negotiation competition this year, which is carrying a prize, which of work experience, though we haven't sussed out exactly what it's going to, and what format it's going to take place. But there is a local law firm that's offering work experience as part of that prize. And then we have a debate competition, which is a little bit more general, because debating is where we go into more of the political arena as opposed to the legal arena, giving a little bit more leeway with what we can experience and do. That is usually sponsored by local politicians, either the Lord Mayor or the local MPs, who offer time shadowing them as prize. Okay. So that's building on that CV and those things that you can say you've done.
That in and of itself, just that sort of aspect of things, that makes societies worthwhile. And I think, obviously, Law Society is one of the prominent societies. You've got a lot. But you say the investment society, across the business school, across the university, each group, each area, there will be relevant societies that offer, as you say, some commonalities. There would be, specifically for me, the networking.
Yes.
I think for whatever your field, networking is
absolutely vital. Because not just our Spotlight series and our competitions, all of them invite professionals from the industry to come in. They're either judging a competition or they're talking about themselves in some way or other, in which you then have the opportunity at the end of the competition, the end of the moot or whatever, or the talk, to go up and talk to them. Yeah. And that is, if I take last year as an example, it's at the start of this year, so if I take last year as an example, I know of 6 members myself whom gained work experience with law firms as a result. Each gaining a week here or 2 weeks there. I know one student that was offered 2 paralegal placements. The same student offered 2 paralegal placements because they took most of the networking. And I even know a student who managed to, at one of our networking events, whilst outside talking to a barrister, exchange a cigarette for a mini pupillage with a courts martial, which is phenomenal.
That's fantastic. So a pupillage, just for the non-law students, that's a huge
deal.
That's a very, very big deal. If as you said, what, 250?
200. Sorry. That was a mini pupillage. Mini pupillages are a little. They're still very, very highly sought after, but that's the work experience version of a pupillage.
Again, when you apply, if you've had a mini pupillage, if you're applying for a pupillage, you're a known person.
It's a hugely important.
They know your work. They know your work ethic. They know your personality. How do you fit that? And that's the huge advantage.
And 90% of chambers will not take a pupil on if they've not had a mini pupillage with them. And when you consider the application, because you can apply just for a mini pupillage, although when you do that, you're going to have to show that you've done all the things that we've just said. But I think I was given a statistic at an event not long ago that on average for every mini pupillage that is available there are 400 applications. So it is being able to get one through networking because someone liked you, because you made a good impression, is phenomenally advantageous. And that student met another barrister on that mini pupillage, and that person liked him and offered him another mini pupillage. If I'm honest with you, I hate that student.
If you're watching, well done. No. So this is the sort of things that society can offer, and that's obviously a great foundation if you were actively involved. I've had quite a few students who, in my discussions, especially international students, they're concerned or worried about joining societies. I think their main focus on arrival is, I've got to study, I've got to get these grades, but also worried about whether they'll fit in, if the language will be an issue, or if they're even wanted in a society. So can you talk to that?
So, absolutely, we want every student we can possibly get, because the more students who are involved, the more we can negotiate with people to get involved with, like external partners to get involved with us. But if you take a look at our society, we have 11 committee members. On our committee, it's incredibly diverse, and we have international students on our committee. We then have representatives for different groups, including now our Schwappel representative that represents the students from, I can never remember what the acronym stands for.
The Southwest University of Political Science and Law. Xinjiang Foundation.
That one.
Yes.
So we have representatives for everyone there to sort of make sure we include everyone. We have a big focus on inclusion. But additionally, a lot of our events are about socialising. So we do have a social side of the society in which we try to make everyone feel welcome. We try to get involved over, and a big part of it is about meeting people in the same situation as you, facing the same challenges, and building those sort of connections and those positive working relationships. Because there's the law is very, very competitive, but at the same time it's well accepted that you're not going to make it on your own. You need a support network. If you want to go on to be a solicitor, you need to work with people. If you want to go on to be a solicitor in the UK, you're going to face the challenges of a language barrier and worrying about this fitting in. This is a great way to practice and get used to it. But more so is that we're very much acknowledged when you go on to the next stage of things, go on to the LPC or you go on to the BPC. The general feedback you get from people who are doing that is that you can't survive it alone. The workload's too demanding. You need to work in groups. You need to have a network of people that you can work with. And we're here to help people develop that. And I think we do quite well with it. We have 183 members this year. I think about 80 are international. So it's not like you're going to stand out.
That's great. And I think that's very much where I want to be heading to finish this, that societies are a benefit to pretty much all parts of your experience at the university. Many students will find a common group, whether it's from their own culture or from their own home country. And I think it's very, very useful to try to find the ways out of that. And joining a society, you have that inbuilt community.
Yes.
You have that inbuilt group, as you say, going through the same, sharing more language practice, more people who will be doing the same study, people who are in higher years than yourselves, people who have experience and better networking. Join a society. If you're in the law school, join the law society. If you're coming here,
don't just limit yourself to being a law student, John. So we have plenty of students who aren't law students as well. We have a number of English and business students who take a very different approach to other. They get involved more in the social and non-legal specific events, so they come in to learn about the sort of advocacy as opposed to politics. Students, for example, might accept that they at one point might have to give a speech. So doing a debate where you're giving speeches is beneficial. So we're not just limited to law students, so don't think that you can't join us if you're not a law student, but the societies are significantly beneficial. And almost if you're aiming to get in a career, particularly if you're aiming to get in a career in England, you're not getting there without having done something with your law society when you're in law school. So it's almost a necessary, you have to do it.
And again, every industry is similar. The more you've got, how are you standing out from everyone else in your classroom, to an interviewer, to a person reviewing your CV, that all comes down to a university experience outside of your hopeful first degree. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Ben, for joining us. If you have any further questions, please write them below in the comments section. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Bye.